Uh-oh. Dr. Morbius!
Imagine you're dying from a rare blood disease and you're a biochemist. You would make it your mission to cure yourself, right? How far would you go? Well, this guy, Michael Morbius, accidentally makes it way worse by turning himself into a vampire, struggling not to kill his friends and family. At least he no longer has to worry about dying.
Wow, did I really just say that?
This is the basic plot of the upcoming movie Morbius, the next installment in Sony's Spider-Man universe. This cinematic universe is part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe in an arrangement between Sony and Marvel Studios. This is after the custody battle that had Spider-Man begging mommy and daddy to stop fighting. Initially set to release in late 2021, Morbius the movie was further delayed by a more popular disease and is now set to be delayed and released on April 1st, 2022. If you're like me, you had no idea who Morbius is and what his role is in the Marvel Universe, so let's dig into that. Originally an award-winning biochemist, Michael Morbius faced a rare, lethal blood disease. His brilliant idea? Let's mix vampire bat DNA and electroshock therapy. Unfortunately for him, this really didn't make the situation better, but perhaps made it work. After this so-called therapy, he became a living vampire as opposed to the supernatural undead variety. He did get some cool abilities out of this transformation. Not only did he not die of his blood disease, he also got superhuman senses, speed, and strength. He can also fly, hypnotize people, and heal at an accelerated rate. I'm not sure if this is really a net gain considering the bloodlust lighter version and honestly pretty freaky looks. So where did Morbius come from and what is this character's history? Morbius is a character who first appeared in the Amazing Spider-Man comics in October 1971 and hasn't exactly picked which side he wants to fight for. His fights with Spider-Man frequently were related to finding or preventing cures to the other's mutations. Sometimes Spider-Man teamed up with other mutated friends and would get in the way of Morbius curing his condition, or better yet, they were trying to get Morbius to cure their own weird mutations. Our vampire friend was no stranger to death, but he did not always kill his victims. Sometimes instead he turned them into pseudo-vampires just like himself. Him and his fiancee managed to devise an antidote from his own blood to cure these individuals, but that didn't fix his own condition. Even when he wasn't necessarily a bad guy, he still had a desire for human blood. This led him at times to be a vigilante, hunting the guilty instead of drinking innocent blood, an arrangement he made with the superheroes concerned about his lethal desires. Now, this movie seems to have randomly dropped on us, and it's a film obviously produced by Sony Pictures in association with Marvel Studios, therefore it has clear links to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. In the trailers, Morbius can be seen reading the Daily Bugle, with references to Spider-Man being publicly unmasked by Jonah Jameson as none other than Peter Parker. Despite these references to Spider-Man, however, this movie is intended to focus solely on Morbius, following his comic book storyline pretty closely. This movie could have been released before No Way Home, and that would have somehow made more sense as Spider-Man was exposed to the world towards the end of Far From Home, but I guess due to the very popular disease that we're all familiar with, that just couldn't happen. The movie features Jared Leto as Dr. Michael Morbius and Matt Smith as Loxias Crown, later to become the supervillain Hunger. The other stars are Adria Arjona as Morbius's fiancee Martine Bancroft, Jared Harris as Morbius's professor and mentor, and Madrigal and Tyrese Gibson as FBI agents attempting to apprehend Morbius. So far, that's all we can tell. That's it.